Hello, welcome to video 32 for Mr. McGeehee's 9th grade biology class at Arizona School for the Arts. Today I'll be talking about how we know that humans and chimps share a fairly recent common ancestor. We'll be taking a look at the same kinds of evidence that we've discussed already, namely anatomy, fossil evidence, and genetics, but I'll also introduce you to one more category of evidence that's going to blow your mind. It involves segments of DNA called endogenous retroviruses. Scientists are confident that humans have evolved from other forms of life. Charles Darwin made this compelling argument in his monumental work, The Descent of Man. And since then, evidence for human evolution has confirmed Darwin's idea that humans share a recent common ancestor with other apes. This phylogeny illustrates the most current family tree for living primates. As you can see, scientists think that humans and chimpanzees shared a common ancestor no more than about 6 or 7 million years ago. The anatomy of humans and chimps is remarkably similar. This illustration shows the similarities found in chimp and human skulls and hip bones. An early hominid, Australopithecus afarensis, is shown here as well. And as you can see, the bones of this ancient hominid seem to bridge the gap between chimpanzee and Homo sapiens. In fact, the human skeleton is almost identical to those of chimps, gorillas, and other great apes. Humans have the same kind and number of bones as other apes, and the differences in these skeletons reflect changes that occurred to each species as they evolved separately from their shared ancestor. The fossil record shows the evolution of modern humans from ape-like species. This occurred during the last 6 to 7 million years, as environmental changes caused the early hominids to diversify and change. Hundreds of fossils from more than a dozen species show the transition from ape-like anatomy of the Australopithecines to the bipedal and brainy modern human. Genetics confirms what fossils and anatomy tell us about human ancestry. Our closest living relative is the chimpanzee, with whom we share about 98% of our genes. A detailed examination of each gene reveals that many human genes are identical to those found in chimps, while the vast majority of genes differ by no more than a handful of nucleotides. But my favorite line of evidence comes from the study of endogenous retroviruses. Retroviruses are viruses that insert their DNA into your genome before they take over your cells to replicate. Occasionally, a retrovirus will infect a sex cell, which lacks the machinery to make copies of the virus. And when this happens, the retrovirus genes are stuck inside your genome. It becomes endogenous. Endo-genous. Endogenous. These endogenous retroviruses are then passed down from parent to offspring for generations. Scientists have compared endogenous retroviruses found in human genomes to those found in the genomes of other primates. This phylogeny was made from the results of that research. Each arrow on this phylogeny represents a unique retrovirus that is shared by all species on that branch. And as you can see, the results confirm what we already know from anatomical and molecular evidence. That's all we have time for today. Remember to complete the comprehension questions for this video. And as always, here's your bunny of the day.